It's the Said G Podcast Show. It's the Said G Podcast Show. So I had went on the internet after I had spoke with you that time, with James Earl Ray. I didn't know Judge Joe Brown was presiding over
there.
Yeah,
he was. And he did a good job.
Yeah.
Joe's an interesting person. He's been good to me, fair to me as a lawyer. That's all I can say.
Right.
And I think he did a good job of cooperating as a judge.
Right.
To bring out the King matter.
Right.
Famous job. Great job.
Yeah. I was seeing interviews with him where he was talking about the rifle.
Yeah.
That supposedly was used in that, which he don't believe was.
No, that was what I was the local attorney reopening the case.
Right.
No, the real rifle, I'm trying to get a man now to come forth and explain more what happened. The real rifle was probably thrown away in the river.
Really?
And the rifle that was found on the scene was planted there, according to the research,
right,
by the police, with a radio with a serial number on it, so they could trace back to James Earl Ray.
Okay.
It was all James Earl Ray. He was set up.
Yeah.
So was Lee Harvey Oswald.
Right.
So was Sirhan Sirhan.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how many people believe that, and some mighty smart people have worked a long time to bring that stuff out.
Is Sirhan, is he still alive, or?
I think Sirhan is still in prison. I think Sirhan was the result of hypnosis.
Okay.
He was the CIA had a program which they called the MK Ultra, where they were drugging people and using people
right.
that had weak minds to
right.
do things. He was under hypnosis,
right.
mind-affecting drugs.
Right.
And he was brought there, and the real killer, according to the research, was a young man who worked with the mob.
Right.
And he was a rent-a-cop.
Okay.
And the mafia, he owed some favors to the mafia. The mafia was going to kill him if he didn't do what he was told.
Right.
And he was right beside Bobby Kennedy, right to his right.
Yeah.
And the research, according to the coroner, the bullets came from the right side of Bobby Kennedy. The rent-a-cop was right up next to him.
Okay.
And the powder burns were on his head.
Okay. Yeah.
Shot him right in all the confusion when the Sirhan was triggered by a lady, apparently. She had been working with him, and Sirhan was triggered into shooting, but none of his bullets hit Bobby Kennedy. The rent-a-cop right beside Kennedy shot upwards, and the muzzle, the powder burns were within 1 to 6 inches of his head.
Right.
And they shot him 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And then Sirhan did get some shots off. And this is all according to research and reading, because I was not involved in it. I was involved in James Earl Ray.
Right.
but there are people who've spent 20 or 30 years researching this stuff.
Right. And then Bobby Kennedy, he was the Attorney General, so he was putting a lot of pressure on the mafia.
Of course, now his daddy had worked with the mob.
Right.
So the mob didn't appreciate it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he was really giving them fits.
Yeah.
Because he knew about them.
Right. Yeah. Well, J. Edgar Hoover wouldn't acknowledge them like that.
That J. Edgar Hoover fraternized with the mob.
Right.
He'd been in there for 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't about to kick over across the mob.
Right. Yeah. The mob, they had some powerful connections, you know.
Oh man, still have them.
Yeah. That's what I was saying about these street gangs. That's a little different when you're dealing with the mafia. They got some real power.
That's right.
Yeah. So, these street guys, they don't have that type of.
No.
Yeah. So,
no.
They know politicians and all kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah. They're tied in at the very top.
Yeah. Bobby was giving them fits, like.
That's right.
Then we running for president too. Oh.
Yeah. And he was going to stop the war in Vietnam too.
Yeah.
Well, there again.
Yeah.
The big boys were making billions upon dollars, and they're making billions of dollars right now.
Right.
In reference to the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
We're all over the world.
Right.
The war in Afghanistan's been going on now 15 or 16 years.
Yeah. Mighty long time.
Started the war in Iraq on some false intelligence.
Yeah.
It's okay to protect the oil in Iraq, but not to just go in there and stay in there for years and years and years.
Right. Yeah. Then you had the resolution that really sparked the Vietnam War. I think it's Tongue Gulf Resolution. I forget the name of it, whatever, but
yeah.
It started out small and it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right. And as a kid, as a young man, I was all for Vietnam.
Okay.
Oh, let's go over there and save the world.
Right.
Well, if they had sent my butt over in the jungle and got shot at once or twice, I might have changed my mind.
Right. Yeah. I think it's called the Tonkin Gulf Resolution.
That was a fake.
Yeah.
There was no collision. There was no people there.
Right.
That was just Lyndon Johnson.
Yeah.
Kennedy had already reduced the Vietnam people down to about 16,000.
Right.
Maybe 20,000. He was going to get the troops out.
Right.
According to what you read by the experts.
Yeah.
Some of the people, the military people have written books on it.
Right.
Kennedy was going to get the troops out by 1964 when he was re-elected.
Right.
He had already written an order to take out 16,000 troops. He was going to get the rest of them out in 1964. So he had to go.
Yeah.
He can't stop our war, man.
Right.
And fools like me, but as a young man, I thought it was, we got to go over and, well, we did keep South Korea.
Right.
Germany finally got Europe free.
Right.
So good things have been done.
Yeah.
But Trump is a disgrace. I hope. Maybe you voted for him. I don't know.
No. Actually, I didn't. I voted for Clinton, but I didn't want to. I was actually going for Bernie Sanders. You know, so.
Bernie is a good man. Take a left here. He's just so dadgum old.
That's another thing. Yeah.
Bernie Sanders is a good man.
Yeah.
He's smart.
Yeah.
Smart as a whip, and could do a much better job.
Yeah.
I voted for Hillary. I couldn't vote for Trump.
Right.
I voted for Hillary because she may have been making some money off the situation, but she'd been around so long, she knew how to govern without rocking the boat too much.
Right. I'm
on the left here, that red brick building up there. You can just let me out in front of it.
Okay.
Okay, how much I owe you?
A 1180.
1180. Let me see what I got here. I got that. I've enjoyed talking to you. It's,
Oh, yeah.
people who